created that one. Hello, good morning, you guys. We're just getting set up so we can get started. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, scopers. Hey, hey, hey. All right, let's see if we can fix this. Y'all see this? This stand is like the best stands in the world. Good morning, Keisha King. Keisha King. I saw the post about David Palmer. That's exciting. All right, cool. Good morning, everybody. Rise, grind, and shine time. Good to see everybody. How are you? Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Excited to be here with you guys. I love our little 15, 20, sometimes 30 minutes together. Yes. Well, great morning to you all. This is the Rise, Grind, and Shine Show. Take this time to invite some folks. Thank you, Valerie, for sharing. So go ahead and swipe to our Periscopers. Swipe to the right and invite some folks through Twitter, through Facebook. You can invite your Scopers list. This morning, I'm going to talk to you guys about the secret behind Millionaire morning rituals. Something that I've studied a lot. Hello, Jackie Carr. Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Miss Strickland, thank you. Hey, Winnie Natalie. Good to see you. Good to see you. Awesome. You guys, go ahead and invite some folks. Go ahead and invite some folks. Yes, rituals, habits, what people do in the morning that are extremely successful. All right. I'm excited to talk to you guys about this. So we're going to go ahead and kick off and get started. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the Rise, Grind, and Shine Show. If this is your first time here, we are here every single morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. We do this live. We have Facebook Live going on right now. We have Periscope going on right now. And then we actually have the YouTube video behind us recording what it is that we are doing here. So let me pull this to the side so we don't block out that camera completely. Awesome. So this morning's topic, as you guys know, yesterday I had to narrow my book selection down to 3 favorite books, right? I have a bunch of favorite books. There was a tons more that when I was done, I was like, I should have talked about this one. I should have talked about that one because I have a great love for books. Let me pull this down. So I have a huge love for books. I always tell you guys that books time for a block party. So if y'all see any folks, feel free to block them if they're being disrespectful. I tell you guys all the time, there are people who don't have much of a life, so they spend a lot of time watching ours and try to find a way to get attention. So sometimes it happens on Periscope. It's all good. Keep it focused and block them. Incorporate the block ministry into your life. So, all right, guys. So this morning, I want to talk to you guys about morning habits, millionaire morning habits. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because a lot of times I am listening to what does a lifestyle look like behind someone that is extremely successful. I've had the pleasure of being connected to tons of people who are amazing individuals with great habits and monitor like what is it that they do and what do I need to do differently so I can become one, right? So I don't make $1 million a year, right? I've made $1 million over time, which is awesome. But I'm working my way up to becoming a consistent millionaire every year, right? That's the goal. But you don't have to wait to become one in order to adopt their habits. What you want to do is understand what did they do before they became the millionaires so that you can begin to incorporate those things in your life. Because what I've learned is that there are success habits that are formed over time that develop the discipline that will help position you to begin to attract the success that you want in your life. And so let's talk about those things because there is a book that I wanted to talk about yesterday. Somebody had mentioned it on the live, on the chat yesterday on Periscope called The Miracle Morning, okay? The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, E-L-R-O-D. Hal Elrod. I don't have the physical copy because I read it. It's in my phone. I did the ebook version of it. But I absolutely love this book because with that book, along with a few other books, there was another book that I have called What Most Successful Do Before 6 a.m. or 4 a.m., something like that. But I read all these different books to hear what kind of lifestyle does the successful people, what does their lifestyle look like? I tell people all the time, you can tell what kind of neighborhood you live in based on if there are people who are running throughout the day, right? It's an awkward deal, but it's a real deal. Like, I know that if I'm driving through a neighborhood and I see people running consistently and moms pushing strollers and there is an investment in their health, I know that I'm in a very nice community that has people that are affluent and very conscious about their lifestyle, right? So where I'm from, where I grew up, you don't see folks running. You see dogs running, stray dogs, stray cats, and you might see some folks walking real fast on a mission trying to do something to get something, right? That's kind of where I was born and raised. But over time, I've been able to progressively experience seeing that. And so you realize there are habits that are formed. There is lifestyle attributes. I had somebody cracking up the other day because as an African-American woman, being exposed to other cultures and I live in a community where everybody decorates their house for everything. They decorate their house for Easter. They decorate their house for, what's the green one? St. Patrick's Day. They decorate their house. It's always a decoration of the home. It's a celebration of a season. When we're transitioning into spring, you're going to see stuff on the lawn. Spring has sprung. It's a different lifestyle and a different way of celebrating what it is that we do as a culture, right? What's the green one? The green one was St. Patty's Day. Hey. But the point is there's habits that are formed over time through successful people. And I want to talk to you guys about those today. So if this is your first time, make sure you get plugged into our community at joinmycommunity.com. Joinmycommunity.com. You get access to our inner circle, updates and insight into things that we have coming up. I have a lot of stuff brewing in the background. I will make the announcements. But a lot of the people on the inner circle in joinmycommunity.com, they get access to that information first. All right. So if you want to be a part of that community, go ahead and head on over to joinmycommunity.com and join us. So let's talk about the millionaire rituals, the millionaire habits, the millionaire processes of the successful people. If any of you guys know E.T. the hip hop preacher, I heard him share on one of his audio CDs. He said that he gets up at 4 a.m. He learned that most millionaires get up at 4 a.m., 3 to 4 a.m. every single day so that they can get a 3-hour head start on everybody else. You'll see people like Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, even P. Diddy, right? P. Diddy don't sleep at all. E.T. the hip hop preacher gets up at 4 a.m., gets up at 3:30 a.m. They're up and they're getting a head start on the day. Why? Because they understand that they have 24 hours in a day, and if I can get a 3 to 4 hour head start on everybody else, I'm already 4 hours ahead of you. I'm already 4 hours headstrong, focused on doing what I need to do while you're just waking up and just wiping the coal out of your eye, right? They wake up early to get a head start on their day. Many of you guys know I have a bad habit. I used to. Thank you to TLC. They made me go to sleep, right? But I had a bad habit. I didn't sleep. I would sleep about 2 to 3 hours a night and get up at 4 a.m. And I would come to my office and get more done by 7 a.m. I'd be done for the day by 7. So getting a head start on the day is a big deal. But in the Miracle Morning, what I love is he came up with this concept called the Savers. S-A-V-E-R-S. Okay? The morning savers. The things that you do every single day that is a ritual to give you a head start on your day. And I'm going to break these down for you. Now, here's what you got to understand. Everyone has a different schedule. Everyone has a different lifestyle. I know we have little ones. So between certain hours in the morning, it's chaos trying to get them out of here, fed, lunches made, clothes on, brushing teeth, and get them out the door. I get that. What you have to do is identify what is a head start for you. Sometimes you got to get up an hour before your kids, right? My husband does. And you want to make sure that you can get your head start before the kids abrupt your morning start, okay? So the savers, what are the morning savers? S-A-V-E-R-S. I want you guys to write this down, okay? S-A-V-E-R-S, all right? So the first S is for solitude, okay? Solitude. Some people consider it meditation, right? Some people just consider it sitting in silence for about 10 minutes to get a head start on my day, or 5 minutes. But you'll be surprised at what like a quick morning of meditation can do for you. I was reading Success Magazine, and I think it's this month's episode of Success Magazine, Michael Strahan is on it. And almost the entire magazine is talking about meditation and sleeping properly, because proper sleep is makes a big deal too for people's effectiveness. And so solitude means meditation. Can you get 5 to 10 minutes a day totally with nobody else interrupting you? You know, a lot of us are so quick at supporting the demands of everybody else, but we're not clear of what we want. We're not clear in hearing our own voice. We don't take the time out to really sit and think about, where do I want this day to go? Let me breathe in, breathe properly. Let me think about, visualize where I want, what I want the day to look like. What do I want the outcome to be? So solitude is critical, okay? Critical. Some of us don't know how to meditate. Right? And it's okay if you don't know how to meditate, you can learn, but take 5 to 10 minutes. Solitude is simply just sitting and embracing a moment of quietness, silence, to prepare yourself for the day. All right? A, so you have S, which is solitude. A, which is affirmations. All right? Affirmations. What affirmations what should you say every day to yourself? If you go to my website, thebusspodcast.com, you will get my free affirmations guide. I have a free 7-day affirmations guide that you can walk through every day. As a matter of fact, I'll pull it out in a second, and if we have enough time, and I'll go read off one of them for you. And one of them starts off saying that she has risen. Get ready for the day. She's rising up to perform what it is that she was called to do. Like I have awakened. And it is time for me to operate in the greatness of who I am, right? So you have to get into a stage of, guys, you got to speak life. And I've said this over and over again. You have to speak life into where you want your life to go. You have to prepare mentally for what you visually want that thing to look like. And then you have to prepare physically in writing that thing out and speaking that thing out so that you can begin to demand and command where you want your day to go and how you want it to grow. If you're not mindful of your words and the things that you say, even if in the morning, right? Let's say you work a job and you're on your way to work and traffic is there, and you say to yourself, here we go, it's already starting, today gonna be a bad day. Guess what? It's gonna be a bad day because you spoke that into existence. Instead of griping about traffic, they say that you can use your car as a university, pop in some personal development, listen to a podcast like I was yesterday. I discovered that I'm going to be doing some stuff on Amazon that's going to make me an extra 5 figures a month, right? Just listening to a podcast for a 30-minute drive to the bank yesterday. Do something that speaks life into you that continues to keep your mind at a stage, in a state of where you want to see your life, okay? Where you want your life to progress and what you want to experience in your life. The V, okay, so you have S for solitude, okay? A for affirmations. You guys got that? I'm just writing it down. S for solitude, A for affirmations, and then you have the V, okay? The V is putting yourself in position to, what is the V? I'm trying to figure out what the V is. I'm going to skip that and come back to it. I didn't write that down. The E is for exercise. I'll come back to the V, okay? The E is for exercise. And when you think about morning working out, right? When you think about morning working out, the thing about getting your exercise in the morning, thank you, visualization. I just drew a blank for a second. I'll come back to the V. But morning, when you're working out your exercise, what tends to happen, guys, is it gets your blood flow pumping. It gets your blood flow going. And you end up being in a position where if you work out in the morning, y'all know I get up and I'll meet with my trainer at 5 a.m. So I'm up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to meet with her. And by the time I come home, I feel so accomplished. Okay, I feel so accomplished. Going back to that, the V, visualization, I drew a blank. Okay, visualization. Visualization goes hand in hand with affirmations. It goes hand in hand with solitude. All right. And so when you think about the V for visualization, visualization is simply you painting the picture of what you want your day to look like. What do you want your day to look like, and what do you want to experience in that day? And so if you go on YouTube, you can see tons of videos on visualization. But what I generally do, I always have a similar scenario. But if my day is starting off a certain way, I begin to think about what kind of activities are happening, right? What is the goal of that activity? Like, what is it that we want to produce? Who is it that's supporting me? What kind of emotion am I feeling, right? A new client may call, or a product has been released, or sales have happened in my business, new team members have joined. What is that experience like? What is the conversation like? What is the emotion? Who are the people? You know, what is happening? Laughter is happening, right? Your bank account is increasing. Whatever it is, but you're starting to experience this shift and this growth in your visualization in your mind. And what that does is it gets your subconscious mind to believe that it's real. And then it begins to instruct your conscious mind to do the activities that will support making that real. Okay? So visualization is real. That's why we have an imagination, right? You ever hear people say, imagine if. Imagine when, imagine. What is the name of the affirmation website? You can get my affirmations at thebuspodcast.com. I'm sorry, TheBuspodcast.com. Thebuspodcast.com. And you'll be able to see it there. Okay? And so you can head on over to the Buzz Podcast, and you can get the affirmations guide, okay? You can get the affirmations guide. And what's going to happen is you'll end up with, it has 7 of them, but I'm also doing a guide that'll be released soon. It's a 30-day guide, affirmation guide for your business. So it's affirmations and prayers over your business. I'm talking every area of your business. Hiring team, staff, business partners, putting systems in place, your finances, making sure you got the right CPAs and accountants in place. We praying over every area of our business. And I have that affirmation guide coming to you soon. Okay, cool. So you have the S for silence, okay? The A for affirmations, the V for visualization, the E for exercise. I talked about that briefly. And guys, listen, even if you don't have time to exercise too much, go on Instagram. There's a ton of people you can follow that do simple stuff in their house. I might get my kids, hold their hands, and we all do squats together. Or I hold on to the bar and I'm doing high knees. Or it's stuff you can do around your house, just something to get your blood flow pumping. The R stands for reading, okay? Reading. One of the things that I've learned in my one of the previous companies that I was connected to is we had these 8 things that we would commit to. And one of them was reading. Reading for 30 minutes a day, and then listening to personal development for 30 minutes a day, right? Something audio. I am a huge fan of podcasts, you guys. Listen, you find some $1 million nuggets in podcasts. Please don't sleep on podcasts. You can download the, if you have an Apple phone, you can get the podcast thing, or you can get, if you have the other phones, they have different apps that'll let you listen to podcasts. But I follow Smart Passive Income, is amazing. I follow Entrepreneur on Fire, is amazing. You can follow my podcast, the Buzz Podcast. We have new episodes coming out. But there's like a list of them. And podcasts feed you tons of information, so it's just as good as personal development. So reading, if you don't have time to sit and read, you can just get a book on tape, audio on tape. So you can get audible.com. Google Play has an app now. Okay, awesome. Good to know. So there's just tons of resources. Please post a list in the Facebook group. I will. If you come to my Facebook group, what I'll do, if you're in joinmycommunity.com, I'll go ahead and I'll snapshot all the podcasts that I listen to and that I love. They're awesome. I just listened to a Jamie Foxx interview the other day for like a 90-minute interview, and I learned so much about Jamie Foxx. So yeah, listen, come on over to joinmycommunity.com, and I'll snapshot my podcast that I listen to, and I get a lot of information and a lot of money-making information. So the R stands for reading, making sure that you read something every single day, at least 20, 30 minutes a day. Another thing that I use, guys, for daily devotionals, I use the Joel Osteen app, which is phenomenal. They have a daily Devo on there. And then I use the Bible app. They have different, the Bible app has different plans and things that you can get. Plans about business, plans about parenting, plans about exercise, plans about your finances, plans about your marriage. They kind of give you daily devos and stuff like that. So if you get the Bible app, it's also awesome. Spotify, someone just shared on Spotify. I just discovered that they have like meditations and books and speeches and all kind of stuff on Spotify. So it's tons of resources everywhere. Just make a commitment every day. Put something in your brain. Listen, Warren Buffett. Do y'all know how long Warren Buffett reads every single day? First of all, Warren Buffett is multi-billion, like seriously billionaire, right? Beyond billions, right? One of the wealthiest men in the world. But he reads for 6 hours a day. Interesting, right? Y'all may be saying, I ain't got time to read for 6 hours a day. But listen to what he reads. He reads old financial statements from businesses in their prime years to see what it was that they did to create success in their business. So he'll go read a 1964 financial statement from Pepsi or Coca-Cola or Ford or something like that to see what was happening in that year to be able to produce the level of success that the company produced, right? But if you have a guy like Warren Buffett reading 6 hours a day, obviously it's to master his craft and to enhance where he's going. A lot of times, guys, we're building our lives on fumes. We have an empty tank of no gas in there, and we're running around like mad men and mad women trying to force stuff to happen. That if we only realize that if I would just take some time out and have that solitude, sit back, grab a book, I can read one sentence in a book in a 15-minute sit time that can totally alter my future and change the game. So make sure you do add reading to your daily list. It is a game changer, okay? The last but not least is journaling, right? It's S-A-V-E-R-S. The last S stands for scribing, but journaling. Journaling is so critical. As a matter of fact, I have my journal here. And I even if you don't have a lot of time to journal, there's actually a journal out there called the 5-minute journal. And what it does is it asks you, what are you grateful for? What is the one thing you've accomplished today? Whatever. It's like a 1-page called the 5-minute journal. You can go in there, but what it does is it just gets you to reflect. What are the amazing things that are happening in your life? I shared with you guys last week that I had sat down and I realized that one encounter with somebody had sparked in me a drive to do some stuff. And I had wrote down, I said, so much has happened as a result of my encounter with this person. She inspired me to simply take action. And I went on to say, thank you, Lord, for raising me out of the place where I was. But in this past week, let's look at what I've accomplished. And I put down my office has been renovated, launched my first course, had a 5-figure day, launched online show, photo shoot happening, hired a fitness trainer, hired a stylist, joined the War Room Bible study, planning my tour, and started eating clean, right? Meal prepping. All this stuff may seem like simple things, but it's a really big deal because these are big goals that I had that were getting accomplished. If I didn't sit down and write down on this little journal, what am I grateful for? It's not a long thing. It's one little paragraph. Thank you for allowing me to see this, experience this, or whatever. Here's the 9 things that I've accomplished in 9 days, right? Here's what I've accomplished in 9 days. When you start seeing your progress, you start allowing yourself to grow in your confidence that you are okay. You're moving forward. A lot of times we're so hard on ourselves that we stay in this place of darkness that I'm not good enough. I can't get this done. Why am I not making progress? No, you're making progress. Oh, did you start changing how you eat? Now you're eating cleaner. You're letting go of sugar or you stopped drinking coffee. Oh, that's a big deal. That's progress. Oh, you went to the gym today. You ran for 2 miles. Oh my God, that's a big deal, right? You picked up the phone. You followed up with somebody in your business who made a decision to partner with you. That's a big deal, right? You launched an event. You did this. You did that. What is it that you were doing? When you sit down and you begin to scribe, I go to TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, get these little journals, and I keep track. I'll write down conversations that I've had with people and things that I've learned from them, stuff that they've shared. The thing I love about this is it'll ask you what's the date, what's the time, and what is your current emotion. Right? What is your current emotion? So I can go back and look at these and say, wow, look how far I've come. So when it comes down to journaling, what happens is you get to capture your progress on paper. You don't need to keep going to somebody to say, good job, you've done well, right? And for all my scopers, can I get some hearts, please? Thank you very much. Don't be shoddy on the hearts, people. But we all need to get our hands on our past, on our progress, and say, okay, I've made this accomplishment. I've done this. I've done that. Oh, I was feeling this way, but guess what? I realized what was wrong. Now let me get this in order, right? Thank you for all the hearts. Y'all keep it coming. Keep it coming. But journaling, scribing, writing it down. I always hear Oprah reference that she has these years of journals. It's called the 5-minute journal. Yeah, she has these years of references and seasons in her life where you just tap the screen to send hearts. But she has these years of journals that she can go back and see where she was in a certain state of mind back in a certain time, and the lessons that she's learned over the years from where she's become. Listen, you are a blank canvas and you are writing your own story. Why not have a documented process of your own story? I tell people all the time, we're the modern day Moseses. We're the modern day Pauls. We're the modern day Josephs. This is a new Bible being written. And guess what? We're